Hi, and welcome to Friday Vespers for October 8th. Today we're talking about anger. I imagine you have a list of things that are making you angsty and frustrated about this time of pandemic and quarantine. As you watch the news or as you avoid the news, you are most likely finding that your spirit is on overload with negativity. One of the things that's been hardest for me to fathom and to bear has been the amount of anger we have witnessed, not just during this pandemic or during this election season, but over recent years. Angry people coming to the fore, or anger and hatred being legitimized. Now, I'm not saying that anger isn't a legitimate emotion. I'm just saying that it's best if we deal with it in healthy, productive ways. And screaming at people or waving guns in their faces or breaking the windows of local businesses seems a bit counterproductive. And people seem to be angered so easily these days. You ask them to wear a mask, and they're angry. You tell them you want to vote by mail, and they're angry. You put the wrong bumper sticker on your car, or you post the wrong meme on your Facebook page, and they don't just agree to disagree, they're angry. And we all know about road rage. Okay, that's nothing new. Sometimes it seems as if we're surrounded by a lot of angry people in serious need of anger management classes. But we're not going to change that, at least not for most of them and not instantaneously. Sure, our peaceful, loving interactions can diffuse a lot of tense situations with conversations and education and a whole passel of other methods that take effort and time. An angry society can evolve into a more kind, peaceful one. In the meantime, here we are. People honk impatiently at us. People utter rude things, sometimes under their breath and sometimes shouted across a public space, all meant to insult and attack. And our souls are left shaken and hurt. Our children are left confused and bruised and definitely learning the wrong lessons for how to maneuver their way through life. So, where do we go from here? How do we manage our own anger? How do we keep ourselves calm? Just how do we soothe the wounds that are caused by the venom spewed in our direction? I know that having a good perspective makes a good or a big difference in life, but sometimes it's difficult to shift our brains and our hearts in the right direction. It's not easy to summon the understanding of Jesus as he asked God to forgive them, for they know not what they do, as he gazed down upon his own murderers standing at the foot of the cross. Yet that is the man many of us choose to emulate. We want to be like Jesus, do we not? To have the love, the kindness, the understanding that he had for our fellow human beings. Today I'm reading from Thich Nhat Hanh's book, Peace is Every Step. This is The Roots of Anger. Anger is rooted in our lack of understanding of ourselves and of the causes, deep-seated as well as immediate, that brought about this unpleasant state of affairs. Anger is also rooted in desire, pride, agitation, and suspicion. The primary roots of our anger are in ourselves. Our environment and other people are only secondary. It is not difficult for us to accept the enormous damage brought about by a natural disaster, such as an earthquake or a flood, but when damage is caused by another person, we don't have much patience. We know that earthquakes and floods have causes, and we should see that the person who has precipitated our anger also has reasons, deep-seated and immediate, for what he has done. For instance, someone who speaks badly to us may have been spoken to in exactly the same way just the day before, or by his alcoholic father when he was a child. When we see and understand these kinds of causes, we can begin to be free from our anger. I am not saying that someone who viciously attacks us should not be disciplined, but what is most important is that we first take care of the seeds of negativity in ourselves. Then, if someone needs to be helped or disciplined, we will do so out of compassion, not anger and retribution. If we genuinely try to understand the suffering of another person, we are more likely to act in a way that will help him overcome his suffering and confusion, and that will help all of us. I've always wanted a magic wand. I'd use it for, oh, so many things. So a friend of mine gave me one. I can't quite grasp the proper method on how to use it. You know that because I haven't wiped out all the anger and evil in the world. So until I get that figured out, let's slowly inhale. Feel that gift of life that flows into you, and feel Spirit as she permeates your being, as she surrounds you with the wisdom and the peace you need to make it through even the most stressful moments. As you exhale, let go of your own anger. Dig deep and find those triggers and vow to work on them. Or recognize that they may not be as painful and meaningful to you as they once were, and it may be time to disable them. As you inhale, breathe in that gift of unconditional love and understanding for our fellow beings that's oh so easy to talk about and oh so difficult to achieve. But we can do it with a whole lot of practice and determination and help from above. Keep breathing and have a good weekend. Bye.